the village of dust and dreams. In a sun-baked village deep in the heart of West Africa, where red earth kissed the heels of barefoot children and the wind carried songs from generations past, lived a young girl named Zola. Her eyes sparkled like the river after rain, and her spirit was as wild and free as the birds that danced across the sky. Zola's mother, McKenna, was a gifted weaver who taught her how to tell stories not only through thread and cloth, but through movement. She believed that every girl should carry rhythm in her soul. Her father, Tajiri, a humble farmer, adored Zola more than words could hold. But as fate would have it, joy is often fleeting. When Zola was just 10, McKenna fell ill during the rainy season and passed away. Grief turned Tajiri into a silent shadow of the man he once was. Within a year, he remarried a woman named Eshe, beautiful on the outside, but hard as a thorn on the inside. Eshe smiled only for the villagers, never for Zola. At home, her kindness vanished like mist in the morning sun. She criticized Zola's voice, her clothes, even her dreams. Zola tried to win her love. She offered flowers, helped with chores, and danced just like her mother taught her. But Eshe only laughed and said, "Dreams are for fools." Soon Zola was doing all the work, cleaning, cooking, hauling water. Eshe's own daughters, Nya and Tandi, dressed in bright fabric and played with dolls. Zola wore rags and went to bed with an empty stomach. But still, every night when the stars appeared, she danced. In silence. In the yard. Barefoot under the moon. Her mother's voice echoing in her soul. When the world turns cold, dance, my child. Let your feet speak the truth your tongue cannot. And something, somewhere, was watching. Destiny. Part 2, Cast Out into the Unknown. One sweltering day, Eshe claimed her necklace was missing. Though Zola had never even seen it, One sweltering day, Eshe claimed her necklace was missing. Though Zola had never even seen it, the stepmother accused her in front of the whole village. "She is a thief," she screamed. "She brings shame upon this home." Zola looked to her father, but he lowered his eyes. In a rage, Eshe threw Zola's small sack of belongings onto the dirt road and shouted, "Leave this place. You are nothing. You will be nothing." And just like that, Zola was cast out, without shoes, without family, without hope. She wandered for days, sleeping beneath trees and drinking from creeks. When she reached the city, she found a place even colder than the village. Concrete towers loomed like giants. Streets buzzed with noise and strangers. No one knew her name. No one cared. She made shelter under market stalls, begged for fruit at the end of the day, and learned which streets were safe. But still, she danced. She danced beneath broken streetlights, in alleyways, under the stars. Her rhythm told stories of lost mothers, broken homes, and dreams that refused to die. Street cleaners watched her. Shopkeepers paused. A boy with a drum named Kwame began to play along. Crowds formed, small at first, then larger. They didn't know her name, but they felt her story in every turn, every spin, every tear-filled leap. One night, during a local street festival, a television producer named Lubasi got caught in traffic. Frustrated, he stepped out of his car, and heard drums echoing from a nearby alley. Curious, he followed the sound. And there she was. In rags, dancing like fire under the open sky. The crowd stood silent, mesmerized. Obasi's heart beat faster. He knew talent. But this was something more. He returned the next night. And the next. Finally, he approached her. "What is your name?" he asked gently. "Zola," she replied, uncertain. "I want the world to see you," he said. Zola was hesitant. She had known nothing but rejection, but something in the man's voice felt honest. Within a week, she was on set, nervous, unsure, but still dancing. The show was about discovering hidden talent. That night, her performance was broadcast across the nation. And something extraordinary happened. Viewers cried. Children mimicked her moves. The media called her the street ballerina. Within days, she had millions of followers. Invitations flooded in, talk shows, concerts, even international festivals. Back in her old village, televisions buzzed in shops and homes. Eshe sat frozen, staring at the screen. There was Zola, glowing, graceful, proud. The villagers who once turned their backs now whispered her name with admiration. One day, Zola returned, not to stay, but to dance. She performed in the village square, her feet moving like wind over water. Tears rolled down faces. Even Eshe couldn't speak. Zola didn't seek revenge. She didn't need to. Her success was louder than any insult, her smile more powerful than any slap. After the performance, she approached a group of young girls watching with wide eyes. "Dance," she told them. "No matter who says you can't. Your story matters." Years passed. Zola founded a dance school for orphaned and abandoned children. She traveled the world, telling her story not through bitterness, but through movement, art, and grace. She never forgot her mother's words. And neither did the world. They remembered the girl who was thrown into the street, only to rise and dance among the stars.